Hyundai workers were arrested in Georgia during a big electric car battery project. After one night, the whole production line stopped and everything went quiet. Years ago, America promised, "Made in America," would protect jobs for workers. But today, many factory towns look empty and almost like ghost towns. People visiting car showrooms are shocked when they see the high prices. An SUV that once cost $28,000 now sells for nearly $34,000. That's $5,000 to $6,000 extra because of tariffs and broken supply chains. For many families, the dream of owning a car has now disappeared. Hyundai was once a strong symbol of growth in Alabama and Georgia. But now even Hyundai is struggling to survive in the United States. If Hyundai cannot survive here, what future is left for new generations? In Georgia, a Hyundai battery plant became the center of national attention. It wasn't success that made headlines, but a massive immigration raid instead. Federal agents arrested 475 workers in just a few hours that day. Workers stood in long lines, handcuffed, waiting as federal officers processed them. The construction site, once expected to create 8,500 jobs, went silent overnight. Many of the arrested workers were not hiding in the country illegally. They had visas allowing them to live here, but not work industrial jobs. This shows the paradox of U.S. policy between factory needs and immigration rules. Factories need workers, but immigration laws make it impossible to keep them. The impact on the local community was quick and very damaging. Workers lost jobs, restaurants were empty, and small businesses started failing fast. One barbecue shop owner said he once needed extra tables during lunch. Now he sells only a few meals daily and struggles to survive. The Hyundai project was once called a magic wand for Georgia's economy. But one raid froze billions of dollars in new investment almost immediately. If one factory can shut down this easily, how safe are the others? The second major blow came from new tariffs on imported cars. A 25% tariff cut Hyundai's profits by 16% in one quarter. That cost them $66 million while making cars more expensive for buyers. In reality, these rising costs fall heavily on ordinary American families. Car prices rose by thousands, making new vehicles completely unaffordable. For rich people, paying a few thousand more is not a problem. But for working families, it means fixing old cars again and again. Cars were once part of the American dream for most families. Today, buying a car feels more like a luxury for the rich. Parents send kids to school in 20-year-old cars every single day. Meanwhile, new cars sit unsold in showrooms with no buyers left. Rising prices push more families into heavy debt with local banks. Many ask for loan extensions or are forced to sell belongings. This isn't the first time America has seen this collapse happen. Detroit once collapsed while leaders promised to protect American jobs. The result was abandoned factories, broken towns, and destroyed communities. Now the same painful history is repeating itself once again. When factories close, pain spreads far beyond the factory workers. Diners, gas stations, parts stores, and even schools all lose business. In Alabama, a Hyundai shutdown cut lunch orders at a diner. Orders fell from 200 meals a day to only 20. The owner's daughter quit her cashier job and left the state. She had no choice but to search for work somewhere else. A factory can keep an entire small community alive for years. But when it closes, the town quickly turns into a ghost town. Empty houses, closed churches, and abandoned parking lots soon appear everywhere. People say America doesn't need zombies to create ghost towns. One company leaving is enough to destroy an entire small town. And now Hyundai is thinking about leaving America completely behind. In the US, they face tariffs, raids, high costs, and regulations. But in Vietnam or India, labor costs are half the price. Governments there are welcoming and workers are not dragged away by agents. For Hyundai, this is not about loyalty, but about survival. If moving production to Asia cuts costs, they will surely do it. The danger for America is not only losing factories to abroad. It is also about losing the trust of global companies. Once Hyundai loses faith in America, others may hesitate too. Toyota, BMW, and even new EV makers could think the same. If that happens, the domino effect spreads across American industry. Think about the real impact. Our grandchildren may not work in factories but in low-paying service jobs. Famous American car brands may soon be built in countries far away overseas. In the past, made in the USA was something that gave people pride. Now many Americans see products made for America, but not actually made in America. Leaders keep promising jobs will come back, but companies quietly move production toward Asian countries. The question is no longer will Hyundai leave, but who will replace them afterward. Americans want cheaper cars, but showrooms today are full of very overpriced vehicles. China is investing billions in electric vehicles and preparing to sell cars worldwide. Europe is building long-term plans with green energy, safe supply chains, and strong support. This problem is not just economics anymore, it is now reaching family dinner tables. A Texas family considered a Chinese SUV because it was $10,000 cheaper. They know it's not "Buy American," but bills and medical costs don't respect slogans. Families usually choose their wallets over patriotism when survival becomes harder each passing year. Americans want jobs protected, but high tariffs make local products far too expensive now. Even proud citizens turn to foreign cars when American prices rise beyond their reach. Older Americans who remember Detroit's golden age find this slow collapse deeply painful. Back then cars were affordable and bought with pride, not with heavy financial sacrifice. Now grandchildren may drive Chinese cars while American factories stay silent and completely empty. America first sounds good, but today wallets and survival are always coming first. Are families willing to pay thousands more just to support a political slogan? The hidden fear is clear. Is the American dream being made somewhere else? A nation that built cars for the world now struggles to even find enough workers. In Georgia, a billion-dollar EV project stopped completely after one massive immigration raid. In Alabama, factories are slowing down because there are simply not enough workers. In Michigan, once proud Motor City, empty factories are now covered in weeds. This is not an accident but the result of years of ignored long-term problems. The United States no longer has a strong pipeline of labor for heavy industry. Young Americans don't want factory jobs, they take on debt for office careers. Immigrant workers filled the gap before, but strict laws now stop even that option. Factories are desperate for workers, but the people available are blocked by the system. In 2025, Georgia students graduate with debt while nearby factories stand locked and empty. Experts keep writing reports on "Made in America," while real workers simply disappear. Older Americans feel the fear growing, a rich nation but unable to produce enough. They worry America is losing the basic strength to take care of itself. At kitchen tables across the country, bills keep stacking up higher every single month. Hyundai may collapse, but the true cost is paid by everyday struggling families. Daycare, interest rates, and insurance premiums are reaching levels people cannot handle anymore. One retiree said he must choose between repairing his car or buying medicine. Policies may look like chess in Washington, but families end up as the pawns. They say tariffs protect workers, but people only see rising prices and fewer jobs. In Ohio, one man still drives his 20-year-old Ford, laughing in bitter frustration. He says, "My car lasts longer than some of Washington's empty broken promises. Every check written makes the American dream feel weaker, smaller, and further away." The fear is not the old car itself, but what it clearly represents. If people cannot afford cars, once a symbol of freedom, what remains of hope? America first now feels like America burdened, and the debt falls on children. Imagine a map. Georgia, Alabama, and Michigan turning into dark holes of failure. Hyundai leaves, Toyota and BMW follow, suppliers and small businesses pack up quickly. The workshop of the world may soon become just a supermarket of foreign products. Detroit's fall shows it can happen again, maybe Detroit 2.0 in Georgia soon. Americans will still buy cars, but labels will read, "Made in China," instead. The four-wheeled dream has become an imported item. No slogan can hide that. But this story is not finished. Ordinary Americans still have some power today. They cannot make laws, but they can raise voices and demand true protection. Hope exists if people speak, share stories, and vote for meaningful change together. Back at the kitchen table, bills pile up and dreams shrink into uncertainty. If Hyundai leaves, it is more than one company, it's a national symbol lost. So here is the real question. Who is paying the actual price for this? Is it the workers, the consumers, or the whole generation losing faith today? Leave a comment and share your story. Tell us when you last bought one. How do you feel about the future of American car making and manufacturing? When we talk, we are not just complaining, we are protecting hope together. The voices of everyday Americans still matter, and silence is not the answer. If this video spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe today. This content is based on public reports, not political or financial advice. Always check multiple sources and form your own judgment before believing anything fully.